welcome back to your English class. In the previous class, we were reading the story, The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrice Potter. We saw that out of the 4 little bunnies, Peter was the naughty one. And he went to McGregor's garden and he got caught in a gooseberry net when McGregor was chasing him. Then he went to the tool shed, he jumped into a water can. Let's find out what happens to Peter Rabbit. Peter sat down to rest. He panted and trembled with fright. He did not know which way to go. Also, he was very damp with sitting in that can. So children, after escaping from McGregor, Peter went to a place and he sat down. He was panting. Panting means he could hardly breathe. And he was so scared. He was filled with fear. He didn't know how to go out. He didn't know how to go back home. And he was also damp. Damp means slightly wet because he was sitting in a water can. After some time, he began to wander about, looking all around. A mouse was running in and out over the stone doorstep, carrying peas for her family. Peter asked her the way to the gate. She had such a large pea in her mouth that she could not answer. She only shook her head at him. Peter began to cry. So children, Peter, after sitting down for a while, he started walking around in search of the gate. And whom did he meet? He met a mouse. The mouse was carrying peas for her family. Now Peter asked the mouse where the gate was. But the mouse had a large pea in her mouth and so she could not tell him where the gate was. Now Peter was disappointed. He felt very sad and he started crying. Peter now heard the noise of a hoe. Scratch, scratch. Peter darted underneath the bushes. When nothing happened, he came out, climbed upon a wheelbarrow and peeped over the edge. He saw Mr. McGregor hoeing onions. His back was turned towards Peter and beyond him was the gate. Hoe is a tool used by farmers and gardeners. So McGregor was using the hoe to dig his onions. So Peter saw this and Peter saw that McGregor was not facing him. He was turning away from him. So immediately he got into a wheelbarrow and he started to peep. And he saw that the gate was beyond McGregor. He finally spotted the gate. Peter sneaked out of the wheelbarrow and started running as fast as he could go. Mr. McGregor caught sight of him. Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate and started running. Peter never stopped running or looked behind him till he got home to the big fir tree. On seeing the gate, Peter jumped out of the wheelbarrow and ran towards the gate. He did not care if Mr. McGregor was going to see him. And Mr. McGregor spotted Peter. But Peter ran so fast, he reached the gate and he got out. He was so tired that he flopped down upon the soft floor of the rabbit hole and shut his eyes. His mother later wondered what he had done with his clothes. It was the second jacket and pair of shoes that Peter had lost in a fortnight. On reaching his house, he was so tired and scared that he flopped down, meaning he fell down heavily because he was very tired. And his mama was wondering, where did this fellow's new coat go and his shoes? This was the second jacket and pair of shoes that Peter Rabbit had lost in a fortnight. Fortnight means in the last 2 weeks. So children, when Peter Rabbit disobeyed his Mama Rabbit and did something naughty, he had to pay for it. He got really scared and frightened and he nearly lost his life. So you should never disobey your parents. They always know what is good for you and you should listen to what they say. Children, did you all enjoy the story? That's all for today. Thank you.